The mad scientist has done it again. We have got a brand new retro database for Football Manager 2023. We're going to party like it's 1998-99. That's right, we are reviving Championship Manager 3 with a 1998-99 database for FM23. It's currently on early release. The full release is coming this Thursday, the 9th of February. So if you're viewing this video afterwards, there'll be links in the description down below for download details. Otherwise, you need to go to Patreon and subscribe to the Mad Scientist. Right, this is the Premier League as it stands. So there are 10 leagues in 7 nations. England has the Premier League, the First Division, which you can see here, with 24 teams, obviously. It's called the First Division. It's not the Championship anymore. And obviously, the Second Division, which will see clubs such as Manchester City competing down in the third tier of England. So England obviously has the three leagues. The other 6 nations generally, well 5 of them, have 1 league. Italy has 2, and that's where we're heading next for our quick look through. We're going to look through the whole database, basically. We're going to have about 15-20 minutes on this video. Here is Serie A in Italy with Juventus as the current title holders. We'll look through squads of some of the big clubs and some of the important players as well as we'll go through. And here is Serie B as well. You can see some teams that you may not remember or have heard of compared to the current day Serie B. But Italy is the only nation other than England to have more than 1 tier in the first release of the database. I imagine when we get into the next release of the database, the version 2, there'll be more leagues added. So currently 7 nations, 10 leagues. Here is Spain, La Liga, Barcelona, Real Madrid, obviously the big clubs in La Liga. Atletico, probably the 3rd biggest club. But if you look here, we go across to Bundesliga next in Germany. So Kaiserslautern are the current reigning champions, but Bayern are... Obviously, they're Bayern. Bayern and Borussia Dortmund are the big 2 teams in Germany as well. Ligue 1 is not where PSG are dominant because PSG are not dominant at all in League. Lens are the most recent winners. Bordeaux won the title in the real season, the 98-99 season. So it's not all PSG. So it's a much more competitive league in France. Portugal, it's the same big 3 clubs as always. Porto, the dominant side at the moment, with Benfica and Sporting are also there. Plenty of other teams around, obviously, in Portugal. And then Scotland, obviously, Celtic and Rangers. So Celtic have just beaten Rangers in the last season, in the 97-98 season, to stop their run of dominance. But I think Rangers win in the 98-99 campaign. Right, we'll go back and start out in England to do a bit more of an in-depth look. We'll start with Manchester United, obviously, because they are the champions. They won the treble in the 98-99 season. You can see kits, logos, they're all available to download as well. Player faces as well. There's a free version of the player face cap. We'll start with David Beckham, who is a world-class midfielder. He's just 23 years of age when the game starts. He's well and truly in the England setup and the Manchester United setup. He's world-class. You've seen him there. Other players of note in the Manchester United squad, obviously Peter Schmeichel getting towards the end of his time now, but still the number 1 for Man United there, 34 years of age. Plenty of other great players. So you've got York, Cole, Keane, Giggs, Scholes. It's a great core. Obviously, it's a treble-winning core of Manchester United. So many really good players to look at. Here is Andy Cole, goal-scoring machine, but there are plenty of other goal-scoring machines that we're going to look at today as well. So we'll look around some more players here and some more teams. We'll go and have a look at the subsequent winners of every league that's available, the 98-99 season of every nation that's available. We'll also look at Blackburn Rovers because I'm a Blackburn fan, if you weren't aware. But we are a side that did get relegated in the actual season, but through a bit of mismanagement. Media Prediction 8 suggests that we probably shouldn't have gone down, but you'll be able to change that. We'll have a look here at Tim Flowers, obviously still our goalkeeper, 31 years of age, still really good. But it's not quite the same strength of side as it was in the 94-95 season when we won the title. We've got a young Matt Jansen, though, there, 20 years of age, just breaking into the first team. Damien Duff, again, just breaking into the first team over the last couple of seasons. He is primed to take over as well. Chris Sutton is still there as well from the championship-winning side. That is a quick look at Blackburn. Where shall we go next? We'll go back to the Premier League and then probably drop into a different nation as well and have a look at some different clubs around the piece. So Serie A, I think we're probably sensible to start with the champions Milan. If we have a look at their squad, Bierhoff is their key player. Let's have a quick look at a few other players here. So we've got Costa Curta, Bierhoff, Weir. We'll have a look at Weir first down here. Great strike force here. 31-year-old George Weir. Obviously in the free version of the face pack. The Italian leagues aren't included by default. I think it's just the English ones and maybe a couple of others. But obviously if you pay for the Patreon for Jomo, who does the face pack for the Mad Scientist, you'll get all of the faces. Here's Costa Curta as well. We've looked at Bierhoff and Weir. And then we've got Maldini as well, 30 years of age, central defender, really, really good, world class. Obviously, if there's someone you want to look at, let me know in the comments, and we'll have a video, pop some screenshots on somewhere for you to have a good look around. We'll go to Juventus next. Carlo Ancelotti is the manager of Juventus. We've got Del Piero, Zidane, fresh off his Ballon d'Or. Here's Del Piero looking really, really good. World-class, elite striker at 23. Zidane, he's only just 26 as well. He's been in the Juventus side for a couple of seasons by this point. And then we've got likes of Edgar Davids as well in the centre of midfield. He's only 25. Again, another world-class midfielder. And a very young Thierry Henry, I can't even speak. It's 20 years of age. He's just joined Juventus from Monaco as this season starts, so he is primed for taking over the world. We'll check out Inter next. Again, obviously another big side in Italy. Ronaldo is their star player, unsurprisingly. And we're not on about Cristiano here, we're on about real Ronaldo, R9. He's just joined from Barcelona the season before for the 97-98 campaign. Baggio is there, obviously, at Inter still as well. He's been around. Been at Juve, been at Milan, been at Bologna, and now he's at Inter. And we've also got a young Andrea Pirlo, I believe, somewhere there. 19-year-old Pirlo breaking into the first team at Inter. I think he's just signed for the beginning of the 98-99 season. Right, that's Italy. We'll have another quick look. We'll probably come back for some more Italian clubs in a second. We've got some English clubs to come back to as well. But we'll go to Spain now and La Liga and look at Barcelona. You can see the classic Barcelona kits there as well. Plenty of really good players in this Barcelona side. None less so than Rivaldo, who wins the 1999 Ballon d'Or in the real world. He is world class. He's elite level attacking midfielder play on the left-hand side as well as down the centre of the park. But he's class. So is Figo. And obviously he's come from Sporting a few years ago. Really made an imprint on this Barcelona side. Only 25 years of age. Guardiola is still Josep Guardiola, not Sepp. He's 27 still. And he's obviously a player. He's got a very strange looking polygon, which you can see there as well. We've got the De Boer brothers, Kluivert. I mean, this Barcelona side is pretty special. Real Madrid we'll have a look at as well. Wouts were in Spain. They've probably got some really good players as well. I mean, Roberto Carlos is listed as their key player. I imagine he is world-class by this point. We've got Raul, obviously, up front at 21 when he starts the game. That's a very good-looking 21-year-old. Roberto Carlos is, he's good. No surprises there as your starting left-back for Real Madrid. We've got Davor Suker, who's sort of in the tail end of his career here. Still 30 years of age, though, so still got plenty of left in him. Again, looks really good. We've got Seedorf, Morientes, Carambo. Anyone else down here? Plenty of really good players. We've got young Guti. Yeah, Real Madrid's got a good side as well, and the classic kit there, which we all like to see. We'll go to Germany and probably just have a quick look at Bayern. Bayern Munich. We'll have a look at Oliver Kahn is listed as their key player. Let's have a quick look at their squad. I think Kahn is probably the standout. Yeah, here he is. He's a world-class goalkeeper. Look at that shot stopping. All of his goalkeeping attributes, pretty world-class. We've got Marcus Babel, for example, here. He's in the Bayern squad still. 25 years of age. We've got Lizarazu. Jens Jeremies. Yep, Lizarazu's a good player. Look at him as well, attacking fullback. Again, plenty of great players at Bayern, and love those kits as well, by the way. Ignore the third kit. That's not time period specific. We'll have a look at Ligue 1, and we'll just have a quick look at Bordeaux. So they won the league in the 98-99 season. Look at the old French league logo there as well. Benarbia, Sylvain Viltord, obviously still at Bordeaux here, 24 years of age before he goes to Arsenal. Some good players here as well in this side. I'm trying to see if there's anyone else I can think of. Obviously, Johan Micord is there. But yeah, that's Bordeaux. We'll have a quick look at PSG as well. Obviously, they're not the giants that they are in the current real world, but they are still a good side. We've got JJ Okocha. So good they named him twice. At PSG, before he goes to the Premier League, he's really world class at 24 years of age. Good players in the PSG side. That's enough of France, though. We'll head to Portugal, have a quick look at Porto, because they win the title once again in the 98-99 season. I'm not that massively familiar with Portuguese football in the late 90s, but Zlatko Zahovic I've definitely heard of. He's a good player, midfield orchestra, lots. I mean, look at that. That's a good well-rounded polygon looking at that. We've got a young Ricardo Carvalho as well, breaking into the Porto side after a year on loan. Plenty of other players knocking about in Portugal as well that we'd like to have a look at. We'll have a look at Benfica and hang on, that's not Sporting. We'll have a look at Benfica first because I can't click in the right place. Graham Souness, obviously manager of Benfica at this point before he goes to Blackburn. And it's Sporting as well. I don't think there's any massive. Ricardo Quaresma is the young prospect of 14 in the Sporting side. Celtic and Rangers we'll have a look at quickly in Scotland as we're going through this video. Here's the Rangers squad. Giovanni van Bronckhorst is still there, 23 years of age. He's looking really good. Got great Barry Ferguson as well in this Rangers side. Young Barry Ferguson at 20 years of age. I do like Barry Ferguson, not for any reason other than he's a great black player at Blackburn. Who else we've got? We've got Colin Hendry. Speaking of Blackburn players in the Rangers setup, he's at 32 years of age. He's still going strong. Andrei Konchelskis is there as well, formerly obviously of Manchester United and Everton, before going to Rangers via Fiorentina, I believe. But that is the Rangers side. Celtic, we'll have a look next at the Bank of Scotland Premier League. Look, that's a good logo there, an old one there. Henrik Larsson is probably the key person to look at in this Celtic side. He is pretty good. He's only 26, so he's going to get better as well, but he's a really good player. We've got a young Mark Viduka, obviously before he's gone to Leeds. He is just joined the Celtic side from Dynamo. Again, really good player. There's plenty of other play. Obviously, if you want me to look at anyone in particular, let us know in the comments. We had a quick look around all the leagues. We've not stopped here, though. We're going to keep going. I think there's some teams we need to look at in the Premier League that we've not looked at yet. If we go back through, we'll go to Serie A first of all, because Lazio and Parma obviously won European competitions, the UEFA Cup and the Cup Winners' Cup in the 98-99 season. So have a quick look at their sides here. Here's Nedved at Lazio. Nedved's a really good player as well. He's 25. He's really good. Who else have we got in this Lazio side? Christian Vieri, again, really good, really young, 24. Lazio have got a good young core in this side. Plenty of others. Let's have a quick look through the Parma side as well. This Parma side of the late 90s has got some real gems of players in here. So you've got the likes of Thuram, Cannavaro, Veron, the other Baggio, Dino Baggio. Buffon's here at Parma as well. We'll have a look at him in a second. That's Thuram. Chiesa. Here's Veron at just 23. Obviously, before he goes to Manchester United, a really good elite level attacking midfielder. Here's Hernan Crespo as well, 22. A really good young core of players at Parma as well. This will be a good side to take over and lead to glory. Buffon's only 20 as well. You can't get better than a 20-year-old Gianluigi Buffon. Again, who else have we got? Plenty of Faustino Sprilla's there. Loads of good players in this Parma side. Fiorentina as well. We'll quickly look at Batistuta because, it's Batistuta. A great... Yeah, look at him. Elite striker. That polygon is pace, aerial, attacking. There's nothing else in there. It's all very good. Right, that's Italy. There's a few more sides we want to look at in England as well. We'll have a look at the season preview, have a look at who we should be looking at. We'll have a look at Liverpool. So we need to have a look at Liverpool, Arsenal, a few of the other big teams. We'll have a look at Liverpool first. Houllier, obviously, the manager there. This Liverpool side is going to be key for Michael Owen, 18 years of age as the game starts. He is very quick. Look at those 20s on his physicals. Very fast. Robbie Fowler, obviously equally good. Nowhere near as fast, but good player. He's only 23 as well. I forget how young Robbie Fowler is. Steve McManaman, 26. Obviously before he goes to Real, he's got a good set of attributes there. We've got Redknapp, Song, Steven Gerrard here, 18. A young core at this Liverpool side. It's a good Liverpool side. Again, another one that's going to be good to take over and manage. We'll have a look elsewhere in Arsenal next. We'll go to Arsenal, so we've got to have a look at the likes of Bergkamp and Vieira and Seaman as well. Obviously, David Seaman at goalkeeper, still at 34. Still really strong for this Arsenal side in the Premier League. I think Arsenal won the 90. Didn't win the 96. Did they win the 97-98 season? I should know this. They didn't win the 98-99 season is what I'm saying, but they did have a really strong side. Patrick Vieira, obviously, and Dennis Bergkamp. Let me know in the comments down below. That's something I should definitely know, but you can tell me. I'm not going to look. Arsenal, obviously, a really strong side, as I've said, and we'll go to the Premier League. They did win the 97-98. I thought they did. Chelsea, again, this is a unique situation with Chelsea. Obviously, Gianluca Vialli is both player and manager at Chelsea at this point. Zola is there, obviously 31 years of age. He's really good still. He's got a strange part. No defending and no aerial for Zola, but everything else really good. Here's Vialli. Obviously, he's the player manager for Chelsea in this game. But it's the old Chelsea badge as well. Look at that. Really good striker for Chelsea is Vialli. Flo, Leboeuf, Babayaro, Desai. A really good Chelsea side in this late 90s, obviously, before they got all their money. But yeah, Chelsea is a good side. Anyone else in the Premier League we need to look at? We'll have a look at the season preview. We've not looked at Spurs yet or Newcastle. We're not seeing Shearer. We'll have to have a look at that in a second. We'll go to Spurs next and have a quick look at David Ginola, not David Ginola. Sol Campbell's there as well. Ginola, he is cultured. But yeah, very good. Look at the vision. Vision on Ginola is very high. 19 vision, 20 flair. Sol Campbell, young, 23 still. And he's looking like a really good centre-back. You can't really go wrong with him. We'll have a look. Leeds next. Leeds are a good side, a good young side at this point as well under David O'Leary. If we look at David Batty is still their star player, I believe, and he is good. Tenacious David Batty. Just joined Leeds from Newcastle after being at Blackburn, obviously. Harry Kewell, 19 years of age. He's looking pretty good. He's described as a wonder kid as well. And we'll go, speaking of Newcastle, we'll go to Newcastle next, I think. Have a quick look at their side, basically to see Alan Shearer, because, you would really, wouldn't you? Alan Shearer is still at the peak of his prowess at 27 years of age. Didn't win anything else though, did he? But yeah, he's really good. He's an elite striker, great finishing. Everything is pretty good because it's Alan Shearer. And we'll have a quick look elsewhere. So I think that covers most of England, at least most of the Premier League. We'll have another little flick through the leagues as well whilst we are here. We'll have a look at the season preview. So obviously Manchester United are favourites to win the Premier League. Blackburn 8th, which is good considering they went down in the real world. But we'll have a look. We'll have a flick through to Serie A. I'll have a look at the preview there as well. Yeah, Juventus, the favourite. Parma, that Parma side. I told you that Parma side looked good. They're currently second favourites ahead of both Inter and Milan. In Spain, I imagine it's Barcelona ahead of Real. And unsurprisingly it is, with Atletico a distant third. Everyone in that, pretty much in that side there, is from Barcelona and Real Madrid, apart from Salgado. Bundesliga, I imagine, is a German, obviously it's German, I imagine it's a Bayern Munich favourite. It is, from Dortmund and Leverkusen. Kaiserslautern down in 4th, with Stuttgart quite distant odds there. Ligue 1 is anyone's guess, I'm guessing at this point. Monaco, possibly. Yeah, Monaco, Marseille, PSG, Bordeaux, the actual eventual winners of top 4 favourites for League 1. Portugal will be the top 3. It'll be Porto, followed by Benfica and Sporting. It is, look at that, everyone else distant away from the top 3 sides. Scotland, it'll be Rangers, then Celtic, I'd imagine. Yep, Rangers, Celtic, and then everyone else bringing up the rear. That's the season preview for all of the top flights. Is there anything else we want to cover in this video? Have a look at England once again. Season preview here. So Man United top prediction here. We'll go into Division 1 and Division 2 as well. I'll have a quick look. So Division 1 is expected to be won by Sunderland. And then Division 2, Manchester City, that's where they are. In Division 2, we have a quick look at their side, shall we, whilst we're here. We might as well. So all you Man City fans, you're not going to be very happy because they're not the world beaters that they are currently. So Sean Wright-Phillips is up there at 16 years of age. He's going to be a good player. Anyone else worth having a look at? No. If you're a Man City fan, Paul Dickoff. I saw Paul Dickoff there as well, former Blackburn. So that's it. There we go. That is the 98-99 database. The first look. We've had about 18 or 20 minutes looking at this database now. It's incredible. I definitely recommend downloading it. If you aren't a supporter of the Mad Scientist on Patreon, I definitely recommend doing so. For as little as £1 a month, you can get this mod right now instead of waiting to Thursday. Obviously, if it is past Thursday, you can download it already. The links will be in the description. And after I've finished talking, I'm going to put a link to a 25-year simulation. If it's out yet, it'll be out tomorrow if you're watching it the day this video is released. But that'll be a great view to looking at what happens over the time, simulated from the 98-99 start point to today. So I'm going to simulate from the 98-99 season all the way through to the current season that's just about halfway through right now, so the 22-23 campaign, and we'll see what happens in football over 25 years. Obviously, if that video is out, I'll put a link to it in a second. If it's not, give me a day and it'll be here. Thanks a lot for watching. Please download this database. It's a great mod. I definitely recommend it. If it's half as good as the 92-93 mod from last year was, it's going to be incredible. Thanks a lot for watching. Here's another video.